Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Kitty G on Egal Talks Football. I keep saying EGTV. I need to get that out of my system. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about some Arsenal news. This is going to be a quick little video where we discuss everything related to Arsenal and all the news that needs to be broken down. But first, let's get straight into it. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you guys are doing well today. But yeah, let's go straight into this story right here. So I'm gonna be putting up my Twitter quickly just to show you guys some of the stuff that's going on. So this right here is Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Gabriel Jesus, are three Brazilians. Unfortunately, the heartbreaking news has come out that both Gabriel Magalhaes and Gabriel Martinelli will not be going with the national team to Brazil. Yes, they will not be going with the national team to Brazil, as reported here by Bruno Adrians. He has reported that this is the Brazil squad, and they've gone with Allison, Ederson, Danilo, I forget Everton, Weverton. You got Danny Alves, Sandro, Alex Telles, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Milito, Bremer, Casemiro, Fabinho, Fred, Bruno Guimaraes, Paqueta, Everton, Neymar, Vinicius Jr., Rafinha, Anthony, Rodrigo, Jesus, Richarlison even made it, Pedro, and Roberto Firmino. So it does seem like it is unfortunate news, but the boys will not be getting into the team, and it's just so sad. I feel so bad for them. Like they've tried so hard, they've worked so hard in their life to try to get into that World Cup squad, and it's Brazil's loss and it's Arsenal's gain. That's really what it is. That's really what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's Brazil's loss and it's Arsenal's gain. What can we really do? They're just gonna have to work harder, and this could give them the mentality to get their boots up and start working even harder. Start working even harder to get themselves sorted out, get themselves fixed up in the future. They could then work even harder to get themselves sorted out in the future. I genuinely do believe that is the case with what could happen with this, and it is what it is. It is what it is. We can't cry about it. They missed out, and it's just unfortunate that they miss out. Now, Gary Neville, we know we love Gary Neville over here, don't we? We love Gary Neville over here. We know how much Gary Neville loved Arsenal too. We know how much Gary Neville loves Arsenal, how much he loves to talk about Arsenal in a positive light. Isn't it, guys? We know how much Gary Neville loves it. But you know what? He had an interview. He had an interesting thing that he said yesterday. So I'm just gonna show you guys what he said. You guys let me know what you think about what he said, right? So yeah, this was on he was on Sky Sports yesterday, right? And he was doing an interview after the game, and this is what he said. Listen.
Question them, Martin. I know, sorry, Spurs fans. Arsenal fans come at me every single week, because I will still continue to question them until I don't see a moment like I did with 5, 6 games to go here last season, and they get through those moments and they finish second, or they finish fourth, or they finish third, or they finish top, which would be out of this world, because they haven't proven it yet. It's like a boxer who hasn't won the world title or who hasn't won a national title. It's like a team that haven't, shown you something that they need to do. You have to question them.
Race.
We have to question them, Martin.
So you know what? This is my thoughts on what Gary Neville had to say about having to question Arsenal. Yes, you can question Arsenal. Yes, that is your job as an analyst. His job is to actually question us and to see if we're good enough to do what we're doing. But when we show adequate improvement, you also have to give credit where credit's due. I really don't see him giving credit when credit's due. I mostly just see him criticizing when it's time to criticize. But in this point, he might be spot on. He actually might be spot on. We need to still be criticized to a certain level. We need to still be critiqued because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everyone can improve. So I understand where he's saying that you need to criticize them, but the harsh criticism is what I have a problem with. You can criticize, but the harsh criticism and saying, "Oh, the team could still fall off and not get top four from this position." Yes, mathematically it is possible, but hypothetically speaking, the way we are playing, Gary Neville, you don't think we're actually going to fall off. Be honest, be real. What makes you think we're actually going to fall off as a club from this position? It's very, 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 very unlikely to happen. So I'm just gonna say, you know what, he's gotta chill with that whole stuff with that. And I just think he's personally, it's a little bit of an agenda at times. It's a little bit of an agenda at times, and it is what it is. You're gonna see these agendas seep through at times, but hey, I'm not gonna get myself too worked up over Gary Neville as much as I used to, because I know his MO. His MO is to put down Arsenal, and I genuinely believe that's mainly what he's gonna do. That's mainly what he's gonna do consistently. He's just gonna put down Arsenal, and I'm not gonna get too worked up about it. Hopefully, at least I can't get too worked up about it, in my opinion, because I just seen Gary Neville consistently do this. But yeah, we're not going to spend too much time on that one. Let's just go quickly over to Twitter again and just show you guys this right here, because Gabriel Magalhaes did score the goal yesterday, the winning goal for Arsenal versus Chelsea, and he made sure he made Aubameyang know about it. He celebrated right in Aubameyang's face, trolled Aubameyang. We got him back, ladies and gentlemen. He said it was nothing personal, but Gabriel Magalhaes then made it known that it was nothing personal. I think Mikel Arteta did a good job, and probably got these guys up and ready for this game. Now, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang had a Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba had a monster game, ladies and gentlemen. But Aubameyang, on the other hand, he only got like 8 touches, didn't get a sniff on goal, and he had a horrific game. And it might have been that this is what he does, guys. At Arsenal, Aubameyang used to ghost in games. Chelsea fans, you guys need to know. Anybody who's watching this who's a rival fan, you need to know that Aubameyang used to ghost in games, and this was a regular occurrence with Aubameyang. This was a regular occurrence with Aubameyang. But yeah, Gabriel Magalhaes then also going to Twitter to make it known that it's nothing personal, but London is red. You know what it is, my guys. He is putting it salt in the wound. We got to love to see it. We got to love to see it. And you know what? I'm just gonna say this right now, ladies and gentlemen. I am loving this team right now. I am loving this team. This team has my heart. This team is absolutely connected with the fans, and the level of connection that this team has with the fan base is something that I haven't seen in a long time. Honestly, I haven't seen this type of level of connection with the fans in a long time. Now, we won the North London derby. We beat Liverpool. We've now won against Chelsea. I genuinely believe our next game versus Wolves, we're gonna win it 5-0. I genuinely believe we're going to win that next game 5-0. We're shushing all the haters. I love to see it. I did a match reaction actually on this game if you guys want to check it out. And Arsenal are once again at the top of the table for another week. Yes, Arsenal will be at the top of the table for another week. If you don't know, get to know, because I think we're going to finish top of the table going into the World Cup, and people are going to be just having to look at this consistently and see Arsenal at that top of that Premier League table. Just look at it, people. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And we have only conceded 11 goals. That is tied with Newcastle with the best defensive record this season. And we have 31 goals scored. Ladies and gentlemen, this Arsenal team is for real. And when it comes to title contenders, you guys let me know what you guys think about that whole title contender conversation, because I haven't tried to entertain it. I've tried to avoid it as much as possible, but it is a reality. This is considered what you would consider a title contention at this point. And maybe I'm not going to yell it and scream it, because I don't know if we're going to win it. But at this moment in time, we are in a title contention. Let me know what you guys think. We're probably not going to win it. Probably not, because Man City are so good, but we're going to probably push them, similar to what Liverpool did last year. And I think anyone to try to make fun of that is just downright disrespectful. Like, come on. But yeah, we got another tweet here that we got to talk about. We got something big here. We got to talk about William Saliba. Shout out to William Saliba. William Saliba is really considering Arsenal's last offer, and they are very optimistic. William Saliba could be signing a new contract with Arsenal very, very soon. And we know how crucial it is to get him signed up to that new deal, ladies and gentlemen. We know how crucial William Saliba is to Arsenal. But yeah, Fabrizio Romano breaking that news right there, as you can see, that William Saliba is considering his offer. Now, Arsenal can extend William Saliba's contract without a new contract agreement, because we still have a clause in which we can trigger another year. So we're good with that. We still have him for a little bit longer, so we can maybe convince him. But I'm starting to get a little bit more concerned about William Saliba's contract situation, because it seems like Gabriel Magalhaes and Saka's contract situations are more or less sorted. So a little bit concerned. But when you have Fabrizio Romano and other manager journalists consistently saying that Saliba's contract will be sorted, it gives me a little bit of it leaves me a little bit more excited, not excited, but it lets me understand that they're working on it, and I'm not going, and I shouldn't be too concerned. Maybe I shouldn't be too concerned. Maybe I should just let them do what they're doing, and it will be a good thing, right? Um, then we're gonna go to Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu has been named to, even though he might be injured, Tomiyasu has been named to the World Cup team. Tomiyasu has been named in the World Cup team. Shout out to Tomiyasu. He has been named to Japan's squad for the 2022 World Cup. Shout out to Tomiyasu. That is great news for him. And hopefully he does play and he plays well. I wish all our players well in the World Cup. And the players who don't get to go to the World Cup, it's unfortunate. But if you don't get to go to the World Cup, advantage Arsenal. But if you do go to the World Cup, I wish you best of health and I wish you best successes. Wherever, because honestly, I'm going to be rooting for all the Arsenal players, and I'm going to be rooting for everyone who's connected to me in this upcoming World Cup. Now, moving on to the other news, Tomiyasu, the Japan national team manager, was told, I've been told that he's ready to work before the start of the World Cup, and he will recover without giving any faces in good conditions. So the news is that Tomiyasu will be okay for Japan. The national team coach has been told that he's going to be okay and he's going to be ready to play for them come this new come the World Cup in a couple of weeks' time. He's going to be perfectly fine to be playing for them. Now, this is great news. This is fantastic news. Fantastic news about Gabriel Martinelli. Arsenal are very optimistic that they will extend Gabriel Martinelli's contract, as reported by Fabrizio Romano. So it's just better and better news every moment. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you. I hope that we get this guy's contract sorted also. He recently just had an interview where he said he needs to just put paper to pen. So his agent might not be happy about that, but as an Arsenal fan, I'm happy that he's confirming that his deal is going to be sorted very, very soon. We already know about the situation with that. Zinchenko made some headlines also by saying that he wants to destroy Arsenal stereotype. That he wants to destroy an Arsenal stereotype, stating that he wants to say that Arsenal. I would think that I think I would say that before I got used to hearing Arsenal, it would mean away, top four. I would say I really want to kill that stereotype. So he wants to kill the stereotype of Arsenal just fighting for top four, and he wants to see Arsenal fighting for the league title. That's pretty much what he was saying there. Now, we've already spoken about the Gabriel Martinelli situation here. Unfortunate that Gabriel Martinelli and Gabriel Magalhaes did not get into that World Cup squad. Very, very unfortunate. They couldn't get into that team, right? But yeah, just to show you guys the connection that the Arsenal fans currently have with the team. Just look at that. Just look at the connection that we have. The connection that the team have and the players have. It's an unbreakable bond at this moment in time. It is literally a team that has never been more inseparable from its fans. We are one at this moment in time. Us and the players, we are fighting for one thing and one goal, and we need to make sure we can improve as much as we can to get back into the Champions League, to potentially see how far we can go in the Europa League, potentially see how far we can go in the league, and potentially see how far we can go in the League Cup and other things. So yeah. Also, just to let you guys know, yesterday there was a sighting of a certain Josh Kroenke. Yes, there was a Kroenke sighting at the Emirates yesterday. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe my eyes. The Kroenkes were present. The Kroenkes were present, and this is what we've been longing for. We've been wanting to see their presence more and more amongst around the stadium, around the away games, and to see them on an away game. That's just amazing. It's not amazing in the sense that this is like, wow, I'm so fascinated. No, it's good to see that they're showing the effort to actually be at these games and be traveling away with the team to go watch that Chelsea game, to sit in a box and watch that Chelsea game. Like Josh Kroenke was there. Josh Kroenke was there present yesterday. Josh Kroenke was in the stadium. He was watching the game, and he was also at the Zurich game. So maybe this is Josh Kroenke showing that he is actually more invested than his father. He's present. To see him present is actually something important. Let me show you. This is him at the Zurich game, by the way, with Tim Lewis. This is a photo of him at the Zurich game with Tim Lewis, by the way, right? And I'm just trying to find the photo of him at the game yesterday. But he was at the game yesterday also, and it was just like, you know what? It is great to see. It is great to see that the Kroenkes are showing a little bit more. They're showing a little bit more than before that they are serious about being around the club. And yeah, so Josh Kroenke, Tim Lewis, yesterday were there. ESPN Brazil, I have informed that the club want to take advantage of the moment and inject more money and reinforce into the squad in January. Oh my God! That is amazing. That is amazing. That would be amazing if they took that time and money and reinvested it into the squad and take advantage of the situation that we currently have. I would absolutely be head over heels if that happened. Wow. 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 That is, don't get me too gassed. Don't get me too gassed. Oh my goodness. But yeah, yesterday, before the goal was scored yesterday, there was also an incident with Cucurella. He was literally holding so he was holding Xhaka in the box, and I'm just thinking, like, what is he doing? Why did the referees not do something about this? It just doesn't make sense sometimes. Honestly, refereeing in the Premier League is not consistent at all. Cucurella bear hugging Xhaka in the box, and nothing is done about it. Nothing is said about it, and this is just how some things happen. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me to think that, but hey, these things just never change. Some things just never change. You know what I mean? But yeah, reports coming out that Arteta is the most successful manager after 150 games at Arsenal. What? Mikel Arteta is the most successful manager after 150 games at Arsenal. I can't believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Mikel Arteta, yes, he is the most successful manager at Arsenal after 150 games. Images coming out yesterday that comparing him to other previous managers like Arsene Wenger, you go George Graham. You can see the numbers, and he's just tipped them just a little bit over everybody else. So to say Mikel Arteta has not been somewhat of a success, he's yet to win a Premier League or a league or European competition. But just like those other guys, he is on pace to do something good. Hopefully, right? Because he's now won 87 wins in 150 games in comparison to Arsene Wenger, who has 82 wins in that time. Let me show you. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This is the image that I'm going to show you guys right now. 1 second. Let me get this up for you guys. There you go. So yeah, Mikel Arteta, 87 wins in his first 150 games. Arsene Wenger, 82 wins. George Graham, 82 wins. Harry Bradshaw, 78 wins. Tom has 75 wins. Just goes to show you, Mikel Arteta might be on his way to greatness, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know yet. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But yeah, Mikel Arteta's Arsenal, Arsene Wenger did dub us title contenders earlier. But now Mikel Arteta has admitted that Arsenal are in a title race. After winning against Stamford Bridge, he himself even said that, you know what, this team will have to see how far we can go. Manchester City are great. He was speaking about Manchester City and everything else. But people, what point do we have to start talking about a title race? Because I'm not yelling and screaming that we're going to win it, but I'm just saying, you know what, potentially we could be in it. That's because we are currently in it. We can't deny it. We are currently in it. We just don't know where we're going to be come the end of the season. That's the unfortunate news. Now, here is the final report of the day. Let me give you guys the final report of the day. Talking about Arsenal remain interested in Shakhtar Donetsk winner Mykhaylo Mudryk, according to Fabrizio Romano. Right, on his article that he wrote on Caught Offside, Romano said for sure Arsenal remain interested. following him for a long time, but there is still nothing decent. Nothing dedicated. Yeah, Shakhtar Donetsk won around 60 to 65 million, which is around 55 to 57 million pounds to sell him. And now it's not easy. The race opens up. Arsenal really want him. They have to move fast. So there you go. Fabrizio Romano breaking it down to us, everything that's gone on. But yeah, that was a quick little video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Give you guys everything that you need to talk about when it comes to Arsenal news today. I'm going to try to be doing these more often. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the upload. Let me know what you guys thought about the video, and subscribe here. Check out this video here, and also check out that video there. But you guys have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm out of here, people.